Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about everything I purchased off of Amazon during my third trimester, clothing favorites, supplements, and other random items that I found super helpful. To start off, in the clothing category, I purchased the Motherhood Maternity Under the Bump leggings that look like this. I really liked the pair from Kohl's that go over the belly in my second trimester. They were super comfy, but I gave birth to an 11-pound baby, so by the time I was in my third trimester, I was huge. Nothing fit me by that point, and so the under the belly leggings were super comfortable. Where I was at, it was pretty cold, so even though I was roasting just constantly all the time from being in my third trimester, when I went out, I still wanted pants, and those were awesome. I also wore them a little bit postpartum just because the under the belly was really comfortable. The next thing I bought was also from Motherhood Maternity. They were the under the belly sleep shorts that look like this. Super comfy, also great for postpartum because they stretch really well. I was frying even though it was winter in my house all the time. I kept my house freezing and totally froze my husband out because I kept it like 60 degrees, which for where I'm at is super cold. So I loved those shorts. I still wear them even 2 months postpartum. They're super comfortable and I highly recommend them. I also purchased the Motherhood Maternity Nursing and Maternity Bra. By that point, I had gotten larger on top and needed some different bras to go into clothing and was looking for something nursing. I'm a little bit bustier, and so I had a hard time finding something that fit. Target, a lot of the other brands, even their largest sizes, were not accommodating to me. And so I found the Motherhood Maternity were really comfortable, also very supportive, and extremely soft too. That's been my favorite so far. I've tried a couple of other brands postpartum since then, but that one is, I would say, easily the most supportive. I'd recommend for that one. Go on their website and just measure yourself so you're sure that you're getting the right size. Another item I bought was actually a men's bathrobe. I was looking for a warm, fleecy maternity robe, and I couldn't find anything. Most maternity robes are really cute with a little tie and flowers, the kind that you take to the hospital and take a picture in, but it was winter when I was pregnant, and so I did want something that was a little bit more warm, and so I ended up just purchasing an extra large in the men's robe off of Amazon, and it worked perfectly. I also knew I wanted something to take to my birth center. Not necessarily one of the cutesy robes. I love photos of other women in those, but I knew for myself that I was probably not going to be taking a lot of pictures at my birth center, just likely not something that I'd be focused on, although I do regret that, and next time I'll bring something cute so I can have some photos. But for my first pregnancy, I was just like, I want something really practical, and I figured I could take that to the birth center, and it was around $20 at the time that I purchased it. And so even if I didn't keep it, I knew I would be okay with it just in case it was a part of the birth situation and needed to go bye-bye afterwards. I did end up actually wearing it while I was in labor and when I drove to the birth center, and I actually wore it home too. And I also threw it away because I did wear it in labor and definitely not something that I wanted to wear again, but it was a good option just because there wasn't any terry cloth or fleecy options actually for a maternity bump. Can you tell this really bugged me? I really loved this robe, and I'll probably buy another one just to be cozy because it's much cozier than my pre-pregnancy robe. So if you don't have one and you're cold, get that robe. The next thing I bought relating to bath time was actually a shower stool. I was so big at that point. I carried really big in front, and again, I had a really big baby too, so I had a hard time shaving. Of course, you can't see your feet for most people at that point, and so I found a shower stool, if you don't have a bench or something else to sit on, was really helpful. One, because I was exhausted from standing for like 2 minutes when you're 40 weeks pregnant, just everything's exhausting at that point. So it helped me kind of shave my legs, sort of wash the lower part of my body, and it was really nice to just be able to sit in the shower since I didn't have a bench, let the water run over you. And I still use it even postpartum. I loved the teak one. It's held up great. It's a little bit more expensive than the like hospital-y white ones, which if you want something basic, go for it. But if you want something a little bit more pretty, I loved it still in my shower. Super comfortable and extremely practical for third trimester when you need to see your feet somehow, some way, and you can't see them just by looking down. I also purchased super cubes. I got a little bit nesty in my third trimester, but not so much by doing things around the house. My husband was deployed, and so I couldn't move much furniture or whatnot and organize, but I got completely obsessed with making soups. I went through, I don't even know how many recipes. I actually still have some in my freezer that I eat for lunch sometimes. And these super cubes, each little cup thingy is 1 cup, so you know how much you're eating if you want to track for weight loss or just macronutrients or whatnot. They clean really well. The soup pops out of them really well. Actually, they were on Shark Tank, one of my favorite shows. But yeah, I highly recommend the super cubes. I have 2 of those and I still use them now for meal prepping. They are great and yeah, super easy to use, super easy to clean. A couple of supplements that I purchased towards the end of my pregnancy was papaya enzymes. That is what my midwife recommended for heartburn. And oh man, if you have heartburn during pregnancy, you know how painful it is. Most doctors recommend Tums. Obviously, go to your doctor or midwife. But mine recommended papaya enzymes. They worked fantastic. I think the serving size is like 12 a day of these little chewy num-num things. They were so great. This is the brand that I purchased off of Amazon and I loved them. I think I went through like 2 bottles towards the end of my pregnancy. Another supplement I took during my last trimester was Floridix. My iron levels were dipping. I was not anemic, but they were getting lower in the last trimester, which I think is pretty normal, and that's what my midwife recommended. I thought it tasted pretty yummy. It does say to rinse your mouth afterwards, and all this like weird color came out, but it tastes pretty good. I thought it was a good option, and that was their preferred brand, so that's what I went with. I also took Supramag, I don't know, some magnesium supplement. I was getting charley horses and cramping and also had a ton of insomnia. My midwives recommended that I take magnesium. That was 400 milligrams. Obviously, for every supplement, check with your doctor on what you should be taking, but this is the brand that I took. I liked it. I felt like it worked really well. Those are all of my third trimester favorites. By the end, I just felt so fat and so bloated. I was just sitting around all the time, but the shower stool definitely helped. And bonus item is the birthing ball, exercise ball, bounce ball. I did purchase that like my last week of pregnancy, and that's like all I did all day was I just sat on my ball, waited for baby to come, and bounced on my little ball. It's really comfortable. I wish I had purchased one earlier in my pregnancy because it really helped my hips, and my couch is kind of a weird height, and so it was getting uncomfortable with my bump and whatnot. So if you're thinking about a birthing ball, they're really inexpensive, and I highly recommend you get one of those too. These were products that helped me. You don't really need anything except love for your sweet little one that's coming. But thanks for taking the time to watch my channel. See you next time.